Thanks for tuning into the Inside Commerce Newsletter Edition 33 video. And today I'm talking about the importance of auditing customer email and SMS flows. Now, this might seem like absolutely obvious, but often this gets forgotten about in the heat of trading battle and trying to hit numbers. And flow-based marketing tools like Klaviyo and Ometria, modern tech stacks enable tailored customer experiences, content targeted at specific behaviours, and actually to build out some pretty complex and fine-tuned flows to tailor what is being pushed to customers at different stages of their purchase journey, and based on what they're doing in terms of what they're browsing, what they're buying, and the data signals that are coming into those platforms. And you're seeing that Ometria has always had a very rich customer data platform. Klaviyo has really built out the data layer piece as well. So with increasing data capabilities becomes the increasing number of triggers that you can use during your flows. However, just like with e-commerce platforms and the build-up of tech debt over years, these tools can build flow debt over time if they're not regularly audited and spring cleaned. And by flow debt, I mean either flows that aren't actually accurate representation of the buying journey or the user journey that you want to give now, or where content has got outdated and based on people's behaviour, they're not being shown the most relevant or most useful content at the right time, which can have various impacts. So let's look at some of the impacts that I've seen. Number one is content that's not quite right can lead to poorer click-through rates. When somebody's opened it with an expectation, they don't find what they want, they don't click through. Or it can lead to compromised experiences on site. If the content is setting an expectation that's not met on the website, you'll find you'll get a higher exit rate. That will stop people going further into their journeys. That can also lead to a reduction in customer experience. A good example I'm going to show you shortly on a post-purchase email, which actually is intended to add value and is really good idea, takes the customer to content that isn't relevant and isn't what they're expecting, which led to me in this case as a customer who's just made this purchase, dropping off the website and thinking, what was the point of that? And where is the content that I really want to get? And that the reduction of the impact of post-purchase retention campaigns can also reduce your revenue opportunity. There are opportunities to upsell or to cross-sell, in post-purchase flows, products that are relevant to customers. This could be add-ons, related items. It could also be upselling things like extended warranties if you get your journey correct. So I'm going to give you an example. And this is of purchase I made through AO.com recently for a new range cooker. And the customer service I experienced from AO.com was really, really good. It was fast and effective. I've got the fastest shipping of this product, and this product is available on multiple retailer websites. I booked additional services. So I booked a recycling of the old appliance. I booked gas installation of the new one. The service on the day was excellent. They went that extra mile. I was an incredibly satisfied customer with the quality of the service, but also the quality of the product that was installed. So happy customer, which puts me in a positive mindset of receiving follow-up emails. Now, once you've spent money on a large appliance, you've spent a lot of money, you've invested, you obviously want to make sure that you're getting value from your purchase. And the perception of value then influences ratings that you will give in a customer review request that comes down the line, which I do have and I'm holding off on. I then received this follow-up email, and you can see it here, which is making every day easier. Find out how to get the most from your new appliance. That to me is brilliant marketing. Great, I bought it. You followed up within a week. You're telling me how I can get the most out of it. In my head, the expectation of the customer is, right, you're going to show me how I clean it, how I maintain it, what I shouldn't do that will damage it, best way to treat it. I guess in cleaning, it's things like materials, chemicals you shouldn't use in it because it will damage surfaces or it will damage like the ceramic plates. So I see this and think, fantastic. I then click through, and then I'm landing on a buying guide. It's like, but I've just bought it. I've already bought it. I don't need to know how to buy it. Why am I on a buying guide? I was looking for care and maintenance and support tips. And also it's a generic page. So I'm not even put straight into where I should be, which is in a cookers. So I then have to go, right, okay. On mobile, as you can see, it's a 4-column layout. On mobile, cooking appliances is down third. So on my mobile, I had to scroll right the way down past laundry and dishwashers, fridges and freezers to even get to cooking appliances. So it's quite a lazy landing page experience when you've got this page. So I go into the cooking buy guide. Right, okay, but I've bought it, but that's not what I want. Where's the help? If you're looking for a new cooker, but no, I've already bought one. You know I have, because you've sent me a post-purchase email. What's your oven type? Choose your oven setup. Well, I can't collect anything anyway, so I've got a range cooker. Is there more info on that? There's not a page. And then it's saying shop our favourites. Why? Well, I'm not buying it. Looking for it now, I'm fed up. So I am now gone. So I've gone from being really, really happy with the quality of service and the product to really frustrated that I thought there was useful information for me. Now I've got to go and hunt it. Well, actually, that experience could be far more positive. And to me, this is a lack of auditing of that user journey flow. So what I suggest people do, and it's not rocket science, but it's discipline. And you often find that over time, there are so many things that you can do around e-commerce. There are so many tasks. There are short-term trading pressures that distract people that we forget to do our regular house cleaning. And we need to plan this in. So number one is create and update your list of your top 3 to 5 flows. You don't want to be trying to audit hundreds of flows constantly. It's the most important ones, the ones which have the most volume and that drive the most clicks, and also are the most revenue generating. So things like your when someone's signed up to an email, when somebody has made their first purchase, when somebody's become a multi-purchaser, etc. Even if you do a subscription, if you're a subscription company, it'd be when somebody's first signed up for a subscription, because that's a critical time to get them to become a loyal subscriber, because subscription churn rate increases if you don't give people a positive post-subscription experience. Then you need to ensure your tests set a calendar set calendar events to retest these flows. It should be periodic. You don't want to be doing it every week. It's overkill. Maybe it's every 3 months, for example, because over time your product catalog changes. Your approach to CRM changes, your messaging changes. So maybe it's every 3 months. It could be every 6 months if you are a high ticket item and low frequency purchase. Then ensure you test multiple scenarios. So in the AO.com example, simulate purchases of different product types, a dishwasher, a cooker. You've got to know that the experience is right across your key product types. And you can use your sales data to know what are the most popularly purchased items as a first purchase. Then create a checklist with pass criteria. And this is really important. And it doesn't have to be War and Peace. It can be simple. So checklist could be correct branding, correct greetings, personalisation, content relevance, links, landing page accuracy. Have those simple checklists. Then you need to audit and score. Where you've got to fail against one of your checklist items, then you need to go and work out how you fix that. It could be about updating flows. It could be about splitting out flows so that you've got more granular content, or it could be about using smarter personalization and content targeting within an existing template in a flow. And the next thing that you really need to do is update your flows list as you evolve. ECRM strategies change. The campaigns that you want to prioritize change. Sometimes people retire flows, sometimes people introduce new flows. Keep on top of what's your most relevant and high priority ones, and make sure those are the ones that you're regularly auditing. So I hope that's been useful. I'd love to hear what people are doing. Let me know if you've got any other tips, anything you think that I've missed out that is sensible advice. Do let me know. Thank you.